Holy shit, we're back. Yeah, I love that. That seems to be happening more often than I'd like. It seems to be happening like whenever I switch scenes, the stream dies. Oh yeah, that really sucks because it counts as a different stream. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Saturn. Hey, Saturn. Hey, Neo. Yeah, no, that actually blows. Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, hello. Let us begin. We're gonna go to the moon. One of the things we're gonna do. First, we have to go to space. Side of the RP-1. So let's go to space. Let's try. This is our last X-Planes contract. So, would be pretty sick if we can go to space. We have Timothy Smith on board. We had this queued up. We need to make it to 100 kilometers. It's the only requirement. And then we are done with our X-Planes and we look towards the moon. Good ignition on both engines. We have a thrust weight greater than 1 immediately, so we're just gonna start climbing. We're just gonna fly this bee like a rocket. I think it's the plan. Yes, hopefully we will be visiting the old moon today. We can do that crew report. Start accelerating a little bit, and there is our 100 kilometers. We're not super controllable up here anymore, so we're just going to cut the engine and let ourselves get her done. This is an exciting way to start, isn't it? A little X-Planes flight up to 100 kilometers. Oh yeah, baby. Timothy has made it into space. First Kerbal in space. R.I.P. Gleb, who definitely retired and did not die. He is sitting on a sandy beach somewhere, just fine. For anybody who's wondering, Gleb is doing just fine. Alright, let's, should have been Gleb. I know it should have been Gleb, okay? I know it should have been Gleb, but it was not Gleb. Just have to accept that. Let's try our best to not die on re-entry here. I think we're going to be coming in a little bit hot. He's me pulling a little bit of G's here. I think I might be able to rename a Kerbal if I want to make a new Gleb. But does that feel cheap? Like, is it messed up to, like, you know? Oh, hey, Stream Elements. I feel like it's kind of messed up to make a new Gleb. Like, we had a Gleb. He had a glorious mission. Do we make a new Gleb? I don't know if we make a new Gleb or not. Well, to be fair to Stream Elements, the stream did immediately die. So, you know, take Gleb's last name and rename her Kerbal. Yeah, I don't remember Gleb's last name. I gotta be so honest. It was a very long and Russian-sounding last name, if I remember right. I don't know if I remember what Gleb's last name was. Alright, Timothy's coming home. Looking good. We still have some fuel on board, which isn't amazing news. That could be a problem. Missing Kerbals? Well, he did actually retire. Like, that's not like a joke. Like, Gleb isn't actually dead. So, I wonder if he'll still show up there. I mean, Gleb did die, but then, you know, some magic happened. You're good, Neo. No worries. Oh, we're really fast. Okay. bit of this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we're not going to do that. It seems to immediately stall both the... Well, if we put them a little bit less... Oh yeah, we're fine. Timothy's going to be just fine, guys. A little bit, probably turn down the control. Yeah, it's a little nicer. Alright. Timothy down. Full spoilers. That shootout. Oh, thank goodness. We lived. And that, my friends, is gonna be the end of the X-Planes contract. So hooray for that. Never have to fly another stupid X-Plane. That's awesome. So let's get that done with. And let's pick up early lunar probes, which we have 4 years to do if we take it on fast, which I think is the correct option. And the money. Oh my goodness, the money, guys. The money is about to be rolling in. I'll tell you. So, we have some contracts to be doing right now. We need to do our dedicated Earth imaging satellite, which we can already do with our current vehicle. We are hiring researchers, which is fantastic. Oh, I forgot to, Saturn. I will do that shortly. That's a good call, though. Oops. Okay, we're going to do the Void Raccoon camera model. Nothing else to do on this but launch it. So let's get that done. And then here's a question. Do you guys think it's better... Oh, what's the plane name? It was RP-1, but we're going to be building a Saturn thing soon. Do you guys think it's better to make a new launch pad for our human-rated launches? I was thinking about this the other day. I was pondering to myself. I was up pondering my orb type shit. And I don't know the answer. Because this one has already gained a lot of efficiency. 69.7. Giggity. So like this launch site is incredibly efficient. And it's going to become more so. And we're gaining efficiency on it as we build on it. But if we can separate our crewed and uncrewed launches, there's probably some advantageous to that. So I don't know. I mean, we still have some time. We still have... How long do we have? Yeah, we still have some time until we have our crew capsules. Actually, yeah. It's going to get complete. I'll work on that a little bit faster. Oh. Anyhoozle. Let's, pretty much we just have to do this launch. I think we're probably going to scrap our X-Planes, which feels kind of crappy. But we pretty much don't need them, and the money is kind of sick, if I'm being honest. Okay, so crewed orbit is starting to ramp up, which is amazing. Early lunar probes, obviously we're not doing any of that stuff yet, but we will be. And then we need to get going on this. The problem with that, oh, I remember this now. Logically, it's kind of a waste to build unmanned rockets on a manned LC. Yeah, it's also true. We need this node to be able to finish our Earth observation, which that does not give us enough time to be able to do both of these contracts. So we need to try and figure that out. Like, the soonest we could have it done would still be halfway through 1961. Which is sort of a problem, if I'm being honest. I mean, we can move this up and get capsules a little bit sooner. We're also falling behind on our rocketry, which is not the end of the world. We kind of expected that. So, let's get this launch done with. Are we maxed out on our rep? Not quite. I think we will be after this launch. And then we can start talking a little bit more strategy. Did Gleb quit for real? Yeah, he retired. Look, he's retired. He's not dead. He's retired. Gleb's doing okay. Okay. Let's launch this B. Yeah, my current concern is how effectively we're going to be able to What are the requirements for this? How effectively we're gonna get to the point. Hey, are you my dad? What's up? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. For that early human spaceflight science, I feel like we're kind of in a rough spot with it. Look at that, 10,000 out of 10,000 on our first stage engines. It's pretty good. And we can start looking at some new configurations. I did not know they can quit. I mean, he didn't really quit. He retired. You know, he was, he had served his country well. How are we doing on launch data, on flight data? Oh yeah, we wanted to change our flight profile slightly. We're going to turn off these engines. I think we end up with a, oh my goodness. Well, that's not good. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that, is it? Huh. Turns out, I should not have done that, chat. Wow, that's actually... Look at that luck. Look how bad that is. That is insane. We shut off 2 of the engines, and then we had a random engine failure to leave us with 1 engine. Oh my goodness. That is just tragic. Yeah. Alright. This is just going to be a mission abort, I think. Yeah, it's meant to look like a little mini Saturn V was the idea. I mean, there's no orbit this thing's going to be able to get into. So what we'll do is we'll just fire these engines and just let this thing, there you go, we had a failure. It gave us some flight data. Once we're in space. Oh, we're not even going to get to space. Alright, well. That was a really stupid issue. We, I think we're going to not do that anymore. You know what? We can recover this. This will actually probably get us a little bit of money back. I don't know if this parachute's good enough to get back this whole stage, but it's definitely not. Well, actually, you know what? It's going to hit hard. We're probably going to lose the engine, which is like one of the main pieces we'd like to keep. But, I mean, you know, it's a little bit of money coming back our way here. It'll stop rolling. Can we stop rolling, please? Please stop rolling. What is making it roll? We are on a flat piece of land. There we go. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. That was a really stupid failure. Like, that did not need to fail. We would have been fine if I didn't shut off those engines. I was just trying to be a little bit more efficient. So, that was stupid of me. I apologize. Okay, we're in August of 1959. We will have capsules by halfway through next year. We need this to complete a lot quicker. Really need that astronaut complex to get done with. So I tell you what we might do. It might be worth it to just sit here, hire researchers, and build the astronaut complex until it's complete. Because it's only going to be, I mean, it's going to be a bit, but it's not going to be like insane. And we can also hire researchers at the same time. Hey host, welcome. So I think we're actually going to warp through here. I'd like to keep doing some launches, like our rep's going to suffer here quite a bit. But we need all that. Well, I don't know. This is a hard decision. This is the problem. I mean, this way we'll have, how long will we have? We'll have half a year to launch 2 satellites. I mean, that's actually not bad, is it? It's really not that bad. Let's queue up the next rocket of that type. I mean, do you guys think half a year is enough to get 2 successful satellite launches? I mean, I guess it has to be, right? It'd be surprising if it wasn't. Yeah, we really need this to finish building. But right now, we're just going to lose too much money. If we turn down the work rate on this, how badly does that affect things? Pretty bad. So we're not going to do that. Turn down this until we're... Yeah, I mean... We can lose some money, because this only takes 44 days. So we can get this done while still being the technical... Losing, oh my gosh, 1,000 funds a day. Yeah, cut that off for now. get it rolled out, and we'll start building this again. We build it at 100%. We can. Okay. Let's try that again. And not make any really stupid mistakes, shall we? We need to get back to the top of our rep cap. That is something we need to do as soon as possible. How are you doing today, Mr. History Master? Good to see you in here. We are currently launching our dedicated Earth imaging satellite. Okay. We are not going to purposely shut off any engines this time because we saw what happens when we do that. It is not good. And I don't think the extra efficiency we get from that is really worth it at all. As long as this goes to 0, this is the only thing I'm concerned about, is that this number needs to be 0. Which it pretty much is. Yeah, we've almost timed that perfectly, actually. Okay. Go into space. Start running the photography. Oh, I could have taken off the biocapsule. I'm doing alright, just as busy. Hey man, all good. We're not doing anything too exciting yet. We're not sending any people up yet or anything like that, so no big deal. Yeah, we're burning the hell out of this engine, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's got a rated burn time of 440 seconds. We can gain a lot more flight data on it that way, so I don't know what we're up to. Yeah, we're up to a 98% ignition chance on this engine, which for these kinds of probes, that's just awesome. So it's pretty sick. Alright, let's get her done. How long do we have to be in orbit for? 8 hours, but we can actually probably stay in orbit until our photography is depleted. Because I think we have the power for that. Let's check. We need to separate this stage. And we need to activate RCS. Which is working, which is good. Okay. Let's see how long we can stay in orbit for. We want that number to be 0, ideally. Seems like we'll be okay. Once that says depleted, then we can re-enter. But, okay, there you go. Cool. And we still have plenty of power. That's awesome. Alright, let's start firing our RCS retro package here. Let's bring her on home. I think we were doing like 60-kilometer periapsis last time. So, we'll just repeat that, because we know it works. Yep, something like that. Keep the retro package on here for a little bit, so we can at least re-enter it somewhat of the right orientation. And we'll, well, you know what? I think there's actually not a really reason to. Yeah, we actually got a clean decouple that time. We were having issues with that where we were getting like an adverse torque on the vehicle when we were decoupling. So we are going to the moon. Yes, we are. At some point today. We should probably start designing that vehicle sooner rather than later. It's just the funds are pretty tight right now. But shall recover. Alright, let's watch this boy re-enter, shall we? I guess it's a boy. I guess it doesn't have to be a boy. It could be a girl. Could be anything. I'll tell you guys who I'm worried about. Where's Ball Muncher at? He hasn't been here. I hope he's like alive. That guy had like a 12 stream streak or something like that. I hope he's okay. I know, that's what I'm saying. He's been here like every time. Like, I mean, you know, he might just be busy, and that's very reasonable. But I'm just like a little bit concerned. Alright, that was a pretty easy re-entry. Alright, let's bring her on home. How's the transfer window to Mars looking? I don't know if we have the ability to go to Mars currently. I say we certainly do not, in fact. Alright, let's get that shootout. I mean, we might be able to send like a little tiny probe to Mars with our current technology, but I'd be doubtful of that. Yep. And we can recover. Fantastic. Fully working mission. My friend of... What do you need? Mission is module's absolutely cooked and deep fried. He can get into space, but the guy can't survive. I got you, bro. Look at that later. Oh my gosh, that was 40 science? Well, not quite 40, but that was a lot of science. Cool. Do we have another one of those we can do? So those are kind of nice. Improved Earth imaging. What's the difference? Improved film camera. I think we don't have that. I think that's this. Yeah, so we can't do that contract right now. Okay. Let's look at what we need to be researching here. Early interplanetary probes is probably a good idea. And then, well, actually, you know what? We need to catch up on our rocketry. Let's focus on that right now. We want to get to the RL-10 as soon as we can. So, we also need the Juno engine. Yeah, we're going to be behind on that stuff. But not much we can do about that right now, unfortunately. Okay, how are we looking on this? 50 days till we have that done. What are the other contracts that we could do here? This one is kind of hard. See if we can do it though. We might be able to. I don't know if we can. Let's open up our regular Wood Raccoon 5. This one just has 2 stages on it. So, what we need to be able to do is get into a very high orbit and then boost ourselves into an even higher orbit. What is the method to do that? I wonder. It honestly might just be... Yeah, we also need better avionics. My goodness, we're falling behind on that. It might be to finally use an isogrid tank. Just throw an RD-108 on it. Or 105, 109. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't weigh anything. And it gives us 3,000 meters per second. Which we could also use this vehicle to go to the moon then. I mean, does that... Yeah, we can get this vehicle into orbit. I mean, it's heavy right now is the only problem. Yeah, then we need satellites, or we need solar panels on it is the other thing. And we're going to just start killing our performance by doing this, unfortunately. I mean, if we build something, looks something like this. Actually, still not bad, is it? And we can throw a Communitron on top. Scale that down. Ridiculous. But then the only other thing we'd need would be a science core on top. That will act as our avionics once we Yeah, we just need this to be a science core with like 1500 charge. We're gonna rely on the fact that we should be able to yeah, that we should 3,000 meters per second. That's probably enough. Well, we can also design this thing to be able to go to the moon, which might not be the worst idea. Like, this would be able to go to the moon for 1.2 tons. And, so what I'm curious about is, can we get this thing into LEO? Doesn't seem like we will be able to, but we might. I don't know the answer. Let's find out. Wood Raccoon Moon? Question mark. Let's try it, shall we? Yeah. The integrated RCS system. I might end up doing something like that where we use RCS for our more exact maneuvers. It's just so inefficient, unfortunately. Okay, so we need to get this thing in an orbit of like 150 by 1. Can the first two stages get that done? That is the question. Yes. According to this, it can. Which if that's true, then that's awesome. If this isn't lying, if that number stays above 0, then this thing can send our first lunar probes. Which, yeah, I mean it did. It stayed above 0, just barely. Our ignition penalty is going to be bad here. We didn't fly quite vertical enough. Well, actually, it's not terrible. I mean, it's not quite where we want it to be, but it's really not that bad. And yeah, I mean, we can get this probe into orbit, so that's pretty goated, actually. I mean, the only thing is that we'd really like... oh, excuse me. We would prefer to have some reaction control on the top stage. Not having reaction control up there is going to be a little bit annoying for a couple of reasons. So, I got to look at that as well. But I mean, yeah, there you go. And we can separate this, and then that's 3,400 meters per second of delta V in orbit. So, this thing will be able to go to the moon. We're probably going to have to change it a little bit more. Is there any, like, different configs for this? Not that we have right now. And they're not that much better, are they? I mean, it's way more reliable. So, we can try to switch to that later. What if... changed this... Oh, we can set that to a stringer tank now. Which delta V does that give us? That's 3920... Oh wow, that gives us 300 more seconds of delta V. That's a pretty big deal. Okay, we can change that to a stringer tank for basically no downside. And then, hopefully, we'll be able to get some tiny little RCS thrusters on. It does not need to be much. It just needs to be... just needs something. Yeah, we really just need like a tiny little reaction control tank on this. We'll make it ISO grid because it's going to be tiny. We don't really care about the cost. And make them nitrous oxide, which is going to be very dense, I think. Okay. I mean, we need to make it a little bit smaller than that, though. Make it 50 millimeters. Okay. According to this, this will work. Let's try it. What up, lag? I'll try RP-1 with Soul one day. Just need to work up my mental fortitude. Yeah, you were absolutely correct. Hey, that was quick, Saturn. What was that one? I didn't even get to see what that message was. Pop view strike again. Yeah, we gotta stop those. Nobody wants those in the chat, you know? Okay, this says it's gonna work. I think ideally we want to put that down one more tick. Alright, this is just a test, so we can kind of just full send it here. Because we'd like this to be no ignition penalty. That somehow made it worse. How did that make it worse? Didn't make any sense. Oh, because we pitched over fast. We want to pitch over slower. Oops. Okay. Well, we're fine. This is still going to make it. Yeah, I mean, I think this should make it to the moon. There shouldn't be any reason this can't make it to the moon. Now, you know, it's only going to be for our flyby and impactor, obviously. But we can get those contracts done really quickly here, which is kind of awesome. So, I mean, let's try it all the way out to the moon. I don't think our comms are going to be good enough right now, but they might be. I don't know. We'll find out. MechJeb Planner. Let's try to go to the moon, shall we? It's the node. 59 minutes. Oh. Okay, maybe not actually. We should probably actually do this whole lunar transfer window thing. Let's quickly try that one more time and do that and see what our delta V requirements are then. I don't know how much that's going to affect it. If it affects it at all. Let's go to the next one of these. I don't know how much this really changes. The delta V required. I thought it was 3100, so I'm thinking maybe this will actually do it. Okay, let's go. And this is with our better pitch rate as well, which means our ignition penalty should go down quite a bit. We're going to lose some delta V by launching in this orientation, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Yeah, we still have enough, and we get our ignition penalty down to 0, which is important, so. Yeah, we still have an extra 200 seconds, so worries there. What does that actually do? It doesn't launch us in plane with the moon. I don't know what the lunar transfer window actually is, like, quantifiably, but, who knows. I mean, I'm guessing it's just the most efficient lunar transfer, but I don't know. Find out. Okay, so we have an extra 200-ish seconds on that stage. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. That saves us 200 meters per second, which we need. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is that boil-off of the liquid oxygen is going to make it so we don't have that delta V by the time we get here. It's going to be really close. We're going to be... We might be 1 meters per second off. Which that's not the end of the world, to be honest. How are we doing on nitrous oxide? We probably can include less of this to give us a little bit more margin. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, because we're going to be slightly short. We're going to be like 2 meters per second short. So we can get rid of some of that nitrous oxide. I think we have plenty up here. But let's see how we do. Yeah, we're going to be like 3 meters per second short, which is, again, is not the end of the world. Oh, actually, no. It says that we did it. Let's see if that's true. It's not true. let's gain control again. See what we have to do here. This was happening earlier. Oh, I can't actually do that. Yeah, I suspect we're actually going to be on an impact trajectory. Because this was happening earlier. And it was just lying to me. Like, the map screen just wasn't showing the, yeah, look, we're fine. We don't have comms, which is one thing. But yeah, we're on an impact trajectory. So why is the map screen not showing that? I don't... Yeah, okay. But we do not have comms. So we're going to have to fix that. But this does work as a lunar impactor. Look how pretty it is. Isn't it pretty? Alright, so we have a couple things we need to fix, but overall, we're in a good spot, I think. So, what are the things we have to fix? Well, glad you asked. We need some nitrous oxide, and we need antenna planning. Okay, so we just need to increase the gain by a little bit. And we're not going to have good data, but we will have connection. Which is good. And then what we can do is we can lower the size of this nitrous oxide tank. Like 30 millimeters. We really do not need much. That still leaves us a little bit close. Is there anywhere else? I guess we can make these slightly smaller. Yeah, 3,300 is probably about where I want to be. So, okay, cool. I think we can say this thing is validated then. Yeah, cool. Let's tool it. Kind of expensive tooling because we're using ISO grid, and then we will build it when we have the money. But it's not even that expensive, so. UHF or VHF? I never know. UHF, I think, is kind of king. Honestly, I never really play around with it a huge amount. I only play around with it if I'm doing the commercial stuff, to be honest. So, 20 days, that might get us up to enough. Doesn't quite get us there, but it's close. Okay, let's get up to where we need to be on that. How much did we say it was? It was like 9,000, I think. I don't quite remember. Alright, let's go to mission control and grab our contracts. We can do the impactor and flyby at the same time, which is awesome. It's going to be a good boost to rep. And then we can also do our later impactor contracts to farm up some rep. We're a little bit low on that. 16 days till the astronaut complex is complete. Probably... Let's just get this done with, I think. Yeah, I think it's worth to just get that done with so we can get our boys training on Mercury. So we are going to proficiency Mercury, both of them. This sets us at an earliest launch date of the 20th of September, or the 27th of September 1960, which is not bad. That's about when our research is going to get done. So. But we can also hire more researchers. Let's go to like 800, and we want to give ourselves 13,000 in reserve-ish, I think would be reasonable. Let's quickly get enough funds to do our lunar stuff, just like that. We have the contracts. And then we also need to build our unmanned test vehicle. And we also need to modify our launch pad. So we have a lot to do. Yeah. Modifying the launch pad is kind of the... gonna be very expensive, I think. I don't know how long it takes, to be honest. I mean, we'll figure it out after we do this launch, which is gonna take 42 days. Okay, we have a good research queue. We're a little bit behind on rep, but that's not terrible. And we're auto-hiring researchers as well, which we will reach pretty quickly. So I think it's just go next. let's go to the moon, shall we? Let's warp until this is like 15 minutes. And is there anything else we're not thinking about? We'll have this done in 154 days. That will give us time to upgrade our launch pad. So I think after this, what we're going to do is design our crude orbital vehicle. And yeah, should be good. So let's get this done with. 15 minutes till the next window. We have 200 extra meters per second of delta V. We have both of the contracts ready. I didn't put signs on this. That was kind of stupid, but we can do the telemetry analysis, which will count for that, so that's alright. That was a little stupid of me, though. I wonder if it's because we don't have mission planning. We don't have the mission control center updated or upgraded. I wonder if that's why we can't see the actual impact trajectory. It probably is. That's probably my bad. But whatever. We're just going to trust that MechJeb gets it right. Tiny N1X. New gleb. I was going to try and put Mercury on top of this vehicle, to be honest. Because I'm pretty sure it can handle it. So, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will. We'll see. Alright, we got 3 minutes on this burn. We're getting really close. Oh, we hit 10,000 flight data on this engine. That's awesome. This engine is such a beast in the early game, so that's fantastic. Yeah, I was gonna put Mercury on top of this just to save us money. But we can definitely do like a tiny N1 replica for our next size up in rockets, because we're gonna have to build for Gemini and all that stuff. We're gonna need some bigger vehicles, so I do like that idea. I like the idea of all of our vehicles being miniature versions of the full thing. A fun idea. Okay, good orbital insertion and decouple, activate and activate. We can create node. Oh, I should probably select the target, shouldn't I? The moon. Create node. Burn is in 36 minutes. I think that's fine. So let's execute that. We just gotta watch that number. If that number drops below our delta V, then we're kind of screwed. But it's not going to, so that's great. Then hopefully this should leave us on an on a impact trajectory. So I think that should be all good. Run the telemetry analysis. I forgot to put science on this, which was stupid, but we'll be going back to the moon plenty of times, so I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. We need to start thinking about what we're going to do for our lunar orbiter. Not even considered that yet. I wonder if we could get into lunar orbit using only reaction control. Probably not is the answer, but maybe. Okay, we have like a 50-second burn here. Oh, we can actually see it this time, though. Fascinating. Or, we kind of can see it. Whatever. Let's see what it does. Lunar probes by beginning of 1960. We're almost done with it. That's pretty good. I mean, all we have to do is do the orbiter, and then we're done with this whole program. So that's pretty sick. Because we can get both these contracts done in one launch. Okay. And that should be good injection. We'll see. Yeah, we can't see, so we have no idea. That's kind of fun. Let's wait until we have connection here, and we're just going to spin ourselves. We want to use as little reaction control as we can here. But we do want to be in plane with the sun. Just want to give it a little bit of a spin, and that's it. Can disable our big boy avionics. Oh, we did bring some science. Not quite the science we would have wanted, but we did bring some by accident. Okay, well, that's cool. Alright, let's see what we do. Oh, see? Now, that's really bad. Kinda wish, known that. Can't even fire these. Oh, man. See, like, we don't... okay. Well, looks like this is going to be a lunar flyby. Does that even meet the requirements? No, it doesn't. This is just going to be a complete waste of a mission. Unless we can do something, but I already disabled these avionics. Heh, oops. Well, in that case, we're actually going to not run the telemetry analysis, so we have some easy science. Is there anything I can do here with the RCS? If I, like, execute a node... There's, like... I don't think there's a way to do this. That's true. We are going to be in interplanetary space. What if we do this? We change periapsis and we say 0. Create a node for it. Yeah, that doesn't quite do what I want it to do. At next periapsis. We do that. Yeah, it still doesn't quite do what we want it to do. Yeah, it doesn't do what we want it to do. Fine-tune closest approach. Does that do what we want it to do? Yes, kind of. Okay, if we tell it to execute this node, will MechJeb be able to fly this, do this maneuver for us? I don't know the answer. I don't think it can. That's kind of broken if it can. It's a little bit cheaty. But we'll see. Can MechJeb still control this craft? Does not seem like the answer is yes. Okay, that's pretty much what we expected. So, that's not necessarily surprising. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do. We can't even... What, this kind of confuses me. I don't understand why we can't go full power on our RCS thrusters. Like, shouldn't, when we thrust, they should activate? It seems like they do. But okay, anyway. Let's get Slingshot out to interplanetary space, shall we? Yeah, I don't think this is close enough for the flyby contract. It's annoying. I mean, we're doing some science, I guess. But we need... That's my mistake. I shouldn't have disabled those comms when I did. Or I disabled the control when I did. I didn't think I was going to be able to see the actual impact thing, so... Alright, well, that kind of sucks. I'd like to have that done. So that brings up an interesting question. Do we build another one of those, or do we just go into our crew vehicle? I don't know the answer. I mean, we'd like that mission control at level 2. Which we can just build that in the background. It's not going to take long. Well, it's going to take a while, but it's not going to be a big deal. I think we just go to Mercury here. Because we need time to be able to do the launchpad modifications and all that stuff. So, I think it's better to just go into Mercury. This thing to here. Then we can take all of this off. Why is my alt key being down? That... Oh, I accidentally got rid of the avionics. Oops. Oh, we just want the fairing. Rerouted on these avionics. Okay. So what happens if we just slap... Oh, wow. Mercury is bigger than I thought it was. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? That can't be right. Oh, no, it put the scale up. Why is it doing that? What is the actual scale of Mercury? Okay, it's that. What? There is some auto-scaling mod that is, like, messing with me constantly. I don't understand what it is. Okay. that is the correct scale. Yeah, I don't know if I get that. So we're gonna get this with basic capsules. So I guess we can just put the mercury heat shield on there. Well, actually, it's probably better just to do it this way, because this way we probably don't pay as much unlock cost. Yeah, it's almost certainly better to do it that way. Okay. Throw a little. Yeah, look. Why is it doing that? Like, what? Why? I truly tweak scale, turn off auto scale thing. Where do I do that? You guys know where that option is? Anyway, whatever. For now, we'll just rock with it, but it's very annoying. Throw some, I mean, we can realistically just use these. Something like that will be fine. But what we'll do is we'll throw a, tiny little ice grid tank in here. Kind of cursed, but oh, should not have done that because now I can't access that tank anymore. Okay, so I can actually disable it somewhat, but that is just a really, it's actually useful now because I can grab that, but really not a big fan of that. Okay, we're gonna make this a high pressure gridded tank. We're going to use HTP. We're going to throw these on top of it. We're going to fill it with HTP, and then we're going to shove it on up in here, downwards. Okay, that should be all the retro ability that we need, I would think. So we'll throw on system. I swear, guys. I'm gonna lose it. Really need to figure out where that option is. Where's the parachute? Yeah, cool. Throw on the redstone adapter. And if we just slap this on top, does this thing get to orbit? It actually appears like the answer is yes. Somewhat amazingly. Yet it's truly hard to believe that. New gleb. Named after our fallen comrade. Okay, well, let's simulate it. If this thing works, that'd be awesome, but it seems unlikely. And I don't need to be able to do a lot with this. It pretty much just needs to make it into orbit and then come back. So let's see. I mean, we have to remember we're going to have worse performance once we... oh, we need to switch the avionics. That's something I did not do. We're also going to have worse performance when we have a purple on board. So we need to remember that. Okay, we appear to be slightly overheating. Oh, we actually have the controls we need. Oh, but it's going to be top heavy. Because these tiny little variants. But that's actually fine. We're fine. Okay. Well, I mean, it works. Let's just test it on the deorbit, and then I think we're fine. It's not going to be controllable is the problem, I suspect. But we'll find out. I mean, we have an extra, like, 250 meters per second, so... With crew on board, that should be about the same. We have control of this? We do. Okay, never mind. We don't need to add any avionics, that's nice. Alright, do that. And let's see if it can deorbit itself. The answer is a resounding yes. Here. We actually probably, yeah, we brought way too much HDP. I mean, this will take a little bit, so maybe it's fine. But, yeah. It has the ability to deorbit itself, and the deorbit cannot fail, which is a massive benefit. So, anyway, validated it can deorbit itself. I guess we'll quickly fly through re-entry just to make sure. To couple that, let's just get this done with. Just enable that RCS briefly. So enable that RCS, I guess. Just turn down the thrust limiter. This is a little trick for you guys so it doesn't time warp. Yeah, we're still running out though. We'll just cancel it. I think it should be fine entering ballistically without any control. Come on, just re-enter already. Come on, get to it, you bastard. I mean, there's no reason this thing shouldn't re-enter just fine, but I'd like to just sit through it and watch it quick. Because it would suck if we had an issue with the crew on board. That's interesting. The fact that ablator's getting used up, yeah, it's actually not going to work. Well, it's good we tested it, isn't it? Why did that happen? Is this heat shield too small or something? May need to up the diameter on this heat shield just a bit. Also up the vertical scale on it. Shouldn't make it too much heavier. I mean, how much do we have controllable? 1.6. We have a crew member on. Does that go up to? Don't know. But okay. Let's run this back one more time then. To verify operation with a crew. One thing we can do quickly is, let's do that quick. We can make this smaller. Goodness. Oh, we need to move it downwards. Yeah, because we had more than needed in terms of deorbit capability, so not a bad idea to fix that quick. That up, we can rotate these out a little. Oh, we can just down, can't we? There you go. That should give us a slight performance boost. It does. Okay, we have crew on board. Let's try it again. We'd really prefer to not murder our first Kerbal in space, or in orbit, I guess. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Alright, we're going to turn down the pitch rate to 0.5 to stop things from burning up like they were. We have crew on board. That's all good. Can we handle this fairly unoptimized descent trajectory? It would appear that we can. Not with a huge amount of room. See, look, we're burning off some of the capsules of later in the atmosphere. Oh, and Timothy also just passed out because of forces. Okay, we didn't burn off nearly the same amount of the ablator that time, so I think we're alright. It's a pretty sleek looking vehicle, actually. I think this is one of my better looking rockets. And it's kind of awesome that it's just carrying us through the early game. I mean, we'll need to build a new launch vehicle soon. We're starting to look at like lunar landers and stuff like that. But for now, this thing has been a pretty reliable beast. We have an extra 100 meters per second on the second stage, which isn't like amazing, but don't need much more than that. Okay, how much electric charge does he have? 14 hours of electric charge. We probably would like to up that a little bit, but we don't necessarily need to. So, alright, let's quickly test our re-entry again. Alright, let's fire it up. We should enable this while we're doing so we can it's on full throttle. Okay. Re-entry burn is looking good. Drop it down to like 60 kilometers-ish and decouple the retro package. We can disable now. We're going to set the thrust limiter down on you guys until we actually need it. But we can enable it. Turn off our RCS, and let's make sure that Timothy is not going to burn up in the atmosphere. Hey, Ball Muncher, there you are. We were just talking about you earlier, man. You were getting worried you weren't here. You're like, is he okay? Everybody in chat, shout out Ball Muncher. It's my boy. Yeah, dude. It's like I haven't seen you here in a little bit. And I was like, is he like dead or something? So it's good you're not dead. Little old me. Yeah, man. We were talking about you. We really were. Art, indeed. Art, indeed. Alright, let's make sure Timothy doesn't die here. Because for some reason Timothy burnt up last time. And we'd like to prevent that from happening. Well, I mean, it looks fine for now. Okay, we're not using up the ablator on the capsule this time. Oh, we are. Why is that getting used up at all? Maybe we activate the RCS to hold us on retrograde more nicely. Yeah, I don't like that the capsule ablator is being used up. That makes me slightly nervous. I mean, it's going better than it did last time. But the second that ablator runs out, he's going to die. But it didn't run out. And we had a pretty decent margin. Okay. I would say we have validated this vehicle. So, let's build it soon. Soon, soon, soon. Okay. This is all good. We've checked everything. We just need to modify this to be human rated. Which can take 47 days, which is fine. We can tool this. And the unlock cost is only 55k. We have plenty of unlock credit. So, this vehicle is ready and validated. Hooray, hooray, hooray. This will be done in 7 days. Our research will be done in 132 days. So we can bring down mission control a little bit while we're building this. 47 days, let's get that done with. Then how much time does that give us for trying to send another thing to the moon? It gives us 84 days, that's fine, we can do that. Yeah, we can have another moon attempt here. You sick? A little bit, yeah. I don't know if I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just been coughing. Oh. Moon vehicle. Same thing as last time. Oh, we probably want to throw some science on it. That's probably not a bad idea. Just throw the easy science on it. Just stuff we can get done while we're in our flyby. Do I sound sick? It's not good. Yeah, just like that. Okay, save and launch. Oh, pad. Save and launch. Maybe a little sick or tired. I mean, yeah, I am certainly certainly tired. I'll say that for sure. Okay. We also need to be auto hiring engineers right now, but that's not like a massive deal. So I think we're fine on that. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go for the lunar attempt here. I think we really have much else to do. This will be done in 34 days. We're gonna go to the next window after this one, so we have a little bit of time. We can give it like, I missed that one. Let's go to another one. Get nighttime launch. We'll go to the next day, it's fine. Alright, let's go like a bit early. I'm just not realizing that we have not been launching into the right plane at all. Yeah, what are we doing? I completely forgot how to do moon missions because of the last playthrough we tried to go from fucking Kodiak, Alaska. We can just use MechJeb Ascent Guidance to do this for us. I'm, like, very stupid. We don't need this stupid lunar ascent thing because we can just target the moon. And we just launch into plane to target. That's all we need to do. I'm special, guys. I apologize. Yeah, that was all we needed to do this whole time. I'm such a genius. My intellect scares me. Alright, we are all set up. Let's do it. Get a couple of cinematic-esque looking shots here. As I don't really need to monitor this vehicle, we already know it works. I gotta get to editing, dude. I gotta do some editing today. Yeah, we're good. Mission penalty is coming down. Fantastic. Look at that. We reached 0 right as we're about to fire it. Could not ask for anything better than that. And we're high enough that the, I'm pretty sure these Verniers can control us well, which they can. Man, this vehicle is very solid. Like, we kind of started it as a bit of a meme, but this vehicle does work, I'll tell you what. Okay. We're looking good. The only thing we really have to be concerned about is boil off on this stage. But I think we'll be fine. Okay, we are in orbit. Our node is in 26 minutes. That is fine by me. We can enable both of the and execute the next node. And look, we can actually see it this time. That's kind of nice, isn't it? So we can actually make sure we're going to be on an impact trajectory. Yeah, we are maxed out flight data on the RD-105 now, which is great. This engine is so goated. I mean, it is just like... I honestly don't know how you make it through the early game of this, of KSB without, or RP-1 without this engine. That swims in a pool metal. Are they now part of the pool? For them? Separate. I think they're separate. They're like separate entities still, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say separate. I feel like that's true. Okay, good ignition on our RD-105, which I'd hope we have good ignition. We have a is it 1.9% chance to not ignite? Okay, we need a little bit of course correction. But we can do that. Which is sick. Yeah, we need to be pointing the other way. Okay, we want an impact trajectory. Something like that will work. Turn off heat. See how we're looking in terms of sunlight. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do here is we have to enable RCS. We have to point ourselves at the sun. A little trick for you guys here. If you ever want to do this, you can use this debugging tool to point yourself perfectly at the sun. Maximize power gain. A little denim snake trick for you there. Alright, just start a little bit of a roll. Turn off EU. We are still in an impact trajectory, so that looks good. Can disable avionics. We can start up our science. Just like that. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it, Saturn, alright? I'm just a boy. But no, I will probably add some new channel point stuff soon. And this should accomplish both of our first lunar contracts, which would be amazing. So, let's get this stuff done. What's our altitude? Closer than that. Alright, there's our lunar flyby done. Now we just have to hit the surface as fast as possible. I think we need to savor this moment, you know what I mean? Also, I think you can edit the channel points, Saturn, as a mod. I don't know if that's true. That might be true. I'm just going to say it as if it is true. Oh my gosh, we are going to be close on our speed requirement. Oh my goodness, you see that? We just barely got fast enough. Alright, but we are fast enough, so. We've impacted the moon. Look at that. 2 contracts done. 1 launch. Can't complain about that. Fantissimo! Alright, space probe reaches moon. Space probe impacts moon. Let's go. And we got some science. We're still a little bit behind on our rep, but it's not too bad. Get that up as we complete these. Get 60 points in general. No, I mean, like, I think you can edit the channel point options is what I'm saying. That might not be true, but it might be. Oh, we've had solar panel tech level 1 this whole time. It's kind of awkward. Okay. I don't think we need any of this right now. So I think we will... I don't know what to take here. Early interplanetary, maybe? But we kind of want the RL-10 for interplanetary missions in general. I don't think we really want to use oxygen rich, or what is that? Open, I don't know. Anyway, probably want to save our science here for. There's no real. No. We have maxed out on our researchers for now. Well, basic capsules then, which is in 18 days. Probably want to keep hiring researchers because research is the key to life. But we're going to give ourselves 15,000 in to build our crewed vehicles. How is training going for you guys? September and November, which is fine because we still have to do our uncrewed flight test. So we will do that now. Another lunar impactor. Impactor probe must be 40. That's easy. We can just do another one of these. And yeah, there's literally no reason not to. And it gives us science, rep, and confidence. So we'll build another one of those at some point. Alright, 18 days till we're done with that. Actually, do we want to auto-hire some engineers on here instead? Probably yes. I think that's, well, yeah, we'll say that's more important for now. So we can get our crewed vehicles going. Okay, 18 days, and then we can start building our crewed vehicle. So let's open it up. Where is it? Oh yeah, we called it something else. We called it New Gleb. Forgot about that. Okay, this is all good. Oh, this thing's pretty cheap to build. 63,000 unlock credit, but that's fine. Nothing we have to change here. So what we'll also do, we'll queue up another one of the moon missions. Actually, we don't have the money, so it's fine. Okay, guys. This is going well. That is going to take 56 days, which is fine. That has come down enough that we'll be able to get our Earth observation satellites done with, which is great news. Crewed orbit will be done with very quickly. Early lunar probes, we need to... Mission controls being done, and we're working on the orbiter. Well, we're starting to think about the orbiter. This science queue is going to clear very quickly, which is a great news. We may want to up... When did we get our Juno engine, our GOAT? It's 1960, isn't it? Yeah. So we actually want to up these. These need to be much higher priority. We're kind of behind on our rocketry queue. But that's fine. Okay, nothing to do but launch our first uncrewed flight test, I think. 25 days. We're getting more engineers on that slowly. Well, actually not at all right now. And then he will be proficient now. So what we can do is we can go to training, mission Mercury, and we can get him going. That's going to be 62 days, which is going to be timed just about perfectly if you ask me. And let's launch our new Gleb. This is so exciting, guys. This is our uncrewed orbital flight test. Yeah, we're going to be to orbit before 1960, I think. Or before 1961. When was Yuri Gagarin in real life? April 12th, 1961. Hey, we're beating the requirements right now. Okay, let's check everything here. So we need to be above 150, so we'll go 155 by 155. Okay, we have everything we need on that. Delta V looks good. All we can do is go. Isn't she beautiful, guys? Isn't she so beautiful? I'm so happy. New Gleb is heading into orbit. Hopefully. Things could still go wrong, so. I think it would be cool to do, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I could, like, edit some shorts to be, like, newsreels of, like, our different achievements. I think that could be cool. I don't know how it would exactly play out, but I think that could be a cool idea. Potentially. Oh, I didn't even realize we're 4 followers away from 800. That's awesome. Thank you all for being here. It feels like a big milestone, even though it's not, like, you know, it's not massive or anything. It's just, it's large. It certainly is large. It's nice and pretty, too. want to get to like stage separation and then we'll go back into a non-cinematic, but I figured we wanted to watch this one as it goes here. Let's get a little bit of a different angle from stage sep. This is going to make a great video, guys. It's funny, because things could be going wrong right now. Like, things could be overheating, things could be exploding, and we would have no idea. Isn't that fun? And we have good separation. Cool. Yeah, look, that almost overheated. And we had no idea. I gotta remember to put science on this when we go to launch our first boy, but yeah, Lunar Orbiter, I'm kind of nervous about that because I suspect we're gonna basically need our Juno engine because we haven't spec'd into solid rocket motors at all. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we can do it a lot cheaper than that. There may be a way we can do it. We'll see. We'll play around with that because if we can get the Lunar Orbiter done, like, in a reasonable time frame, that'd be awesome. I mean, that would be 2 programs done, like, years before. Okay, good orbit. We'll decouple you. We will activate our separation, just like that, and then we just need to stay in orbit for how long? Like an hour. Cool. This thing is somehow still controllable. Don't know how it's still controllable, but we take it. We're going to activate E, and we're going to activate our motors. And we're bringing him home. So, the only thing that can go wrong now is he can explode on re-entry. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I think we want to try and re-enter slightly more aggressively than we did last time. So I think we're going to bring this down to like 50. Verify the vehicle in its entirety. So there's 50 and a couple and activate these controls, but we can turn down the thrust limiter. And we can turn off RCS for now, and let's bring it home. Actually, I do want to be looking at this for a little bit. I mean, again, we've already verified this thing can re-enter without control, so we probably don't need to go too hard into that, but it's not the worst idea. See, it actually makes us tumble more than anything. The SAS, especially in time warp, it just doesn't handle that amazingly. Still thinks we're in orbit, which is interesting. I would have thought we would have dropped out of orbit cam by now, but I guess we're still, our apoapsis is still 150 kilometers, so I guess that makes sense. There we go. Okay, well, I think there's nothing to do but sit back and watch the fireworks. Shout out Plasma. I don't think you're here, but it's all good, Space Guy. There's nobody on here yet, so this is uncrewed for now. The next one will be crewed, though. Yeah, this one's uncrewed. But they will be crewed. Eventually. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Good re-entry. Doing fine on ablators and stuff. So let's bring the old dog home, shall we? Oh, what just happened? Oh my gosh. I just time warped through us hitting the ocean at Mach Jesus and we just lived without a parachute. We just got so unbelievably lucky. I was not paying attention. I was looking at my phone. Wow. We just hit the water at like 150 meters per second and we just somehow lived. Yeah, I forgot to deploy the parachutes. Well, that's cool. Parachutes are optional, guys. New Gleb is just built different. I guess so. Parachutes are optional, guys. Come on. Everyone knows that. That's unbelievable. I gotta be so honest with you guys. I'm in shock right now. That would have been such a disaster for the program. I have never seen that before either. That's just absurdly lucky. Okay, we need to build up enough funds to build the next new Gleb. Just like that. This will be done in 48 days, which I think is how much it takes. Absolutely a win. Somebody should clip that. What did you call the rocket? It's new Gleb, dude. It's named after our boy Gleb. Okay, we need to quickly change the science before I forget. Cool. We have the money. It's going to take us 57 days, which is fine. Yeah, man, it's new Gleb. We got to get a clip of that. Saturn #2 clipper now. Impulse, I guess, took the clipping lead away from you. It's pretty unbelievable. 54 days on that, 48 only. We are auto-hiring researchers or engineers. Let's auto-hire the engineers a little bit more aggressively. Let's try and match those up. So we'll auto-hire with 7,500 in reserve. How's mission control going? 49 days on that. Turn that down for a minute. Just try and get this done better. Oh, that's proficiency. That's not even the mission. Oh, I lied. We're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, cool. Alright, first crewed orbit. A couple of months early. What do I need to clip? New Gleb surviving dropping into the ocean at Mach Jesus. Honestly, I don't know if there's a lot to see. Might not be really to clip that, but... Harold Morgan. Cool. Alright, that'll be done in 5... Oh, look at that. We timed that almost perfectly. These are basically finishing at the same time. I am not broke. What do you mean I'm broke, bro? I'm just spending all my money. Look, here's a little lesson in RP-1 for you from a professional. You want to be basically out of money all the time. Oh, it's all good, Sad. I can go back and get it from the bot. Yeah, we're still a little bit close to this one. I mean, we have a year, but that's going to be a little bit close. This is going well. This is going very well. So, okay. The rocket is ready. Let's roll them on out. And guys, it is time. It is well and truly time. Let's get him training on his next mission. Actually, we'll do that when we get back. Never done that in RP-1 besides tooling. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Alright, Timothy Smith will be the first astronaut in orbit. Yeah, seriously, Neo. It's like in RP-1, you want to have the minimum amount of money that you can in reserve, pretty much. Okay, let's look at the requirements here. Exact same requirements. Timothy Smith is on board. We can start all of his experiments, and time to send it, guys. Timothy Smith is on his way. Check this out. You can look at Mr. Smith. This is gonna be a milestone. This is gonna go well. There's nothing that can go wrong here. I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong. I really should not have said that. I feel like I'm kind of tempting fate with that one. But I think we're gonna be okay. Well, our Delta V We're really screwed if that goes below 0. Okay, we only have 35 in reserve. Don't know why that's the case. Oh yeah, by the way, this is planned. We get a lot of acceleration here, so Timothy may be passing out, just briefly. Actually, no. He's not even going to pass out, is he? Oh, no, he might. Oh, yeah. Okay, he very, very briefly passed out. But that's fine. He's good. Timothy made it. This flight is hungry. I can feel it. Hey, man, we have a good ignition. We just need... We have 6.5 hours before, mean time between failures on that engine. So, if it's an abort, it's an abort, but it's feeling pretty good. Didn't it take us like 3 tries in the last playthrough to get to crude? Took us a lot of tries. But we're looking good here. We have 40 seconds remaining on the burn. We have an extra 60 meters per second, which is not amazing, but it's enough. One cutout. We did it. We have a man in orbit, everybody. I'm telling you, bro. That engine, it's the RD-105/109. It is so good. I mean, it's just unbelievably good, especially for the game. Okay, let's check our electricity and everything. We have plenty of electricity, plenty of all that stuff. So nothing to worry about there. We are just going to go until the science is done. Just like that, and then we're going to bring our boy home. Let's not do too much congratulating yet, because he could still die. There is always a chance that we have some horrible re-entry accident, so... And also, we need to like remember to deploy the parachute this time, because we're not gonna play around with that again. All right, we want a 55-kilometer periapsis, just like that, and we can separate you and enable. Thrust limiter is going to go down to 23 on both of these. And we're going to turn off RCS. Aren't you using the regular solid motors? I don't have them unlocked. I did not spec into solids like at all in this playthrough. I don't think we've gotten a single solid rocket motor node. So that is why. We do not have the Mercury retro stuff unlocked yet. Because honestly, I do not really use solids all that much, so. Just one of those things where I'd rather use my science elsewhere and my research elsewhere, so. Hey man, it works fine, and these are throttleable, and they can't fail, okay? I'm just saying, I think you doing the RCS strategy is better. That's all I'm saying. Oh, get rid of that. Here come that boy. How the hell did you complete the early contracts without solids? Very easily, thank you. But also, I took heavy satellites, so the heavy satellites you're mostly using powered upper stages anyway, or liquid upper stages. Solids are only like super viable if you're doing the light satellite program. So, all right, here he comes, everybody. Please don't explode. Please don't explode. Okay, we didn't explode. Oh, Timothy has lost consciousness. Timothy is back. Okay, we're going to deploy that drogue now to make sure that we have it. Okay, Rogue is out. We will deploy the main at like 1500. So like now. And once the main is up, we will cut the drogue. Okay, full deployal. And we're good. Timothy is a Chad. Jettison the heat shield. Slow us down a little bit extra. I'm always nervous jettisoning the heat shields if it's going to come back and explode. And splashed down, kind of. That's a success, everybody. Let's go! That is first crewed orbit before 1961. We will take that any day. I can see everything, says first human in orbit. Absolutely, Timothy. Absolutely. We're almost back up on our rep, which is amazing. And basically, we just have to do that again. Is that not the Mercury heat shield? No, it is not, because that costs more to unlock. That's just a, that's just an adjustable heat shield with the Mercury thing on it. We could have used it. It's here. But I didn't. So. Okay, we have a lot of science that we need to start queuing up. Early interplanetary comms and all that stuff is good. We need the RL-10, my goat. And then we're going to try and get early hydrologs for the better config of the RL-10. We should probably save some science because we're going to need 90 for our Gemini capsule. But we don't need that for a little bit. So the money's looking good. Everything's looking good right now. We need to be... It's going to take us 4 days to max out the engineers. So let's do that quickly. Just like that. That's amazing. And then we are going to auto-hire a shit ton of researchers. We're going to go up to like 1,200. We're going to leave ourselves 1,250 in reserve. They're doing the research we need for the end of our other program, which is awesome. So we just have to build another new gleb. The only thing we're going to do differently is we're going to switch these over to visual tracking and earth photography. I believe those are the last two we have to do, so we can save and build. Oh, we don't have enough funds. Oh, we're like 200 funds short. Cool. That's a big win, everybody. That is a that's a big up for the program right there. So let's quickly get enough funds. We're gaining 1,000 funds a day right now, which is pretty awesome. Okay, next new gleb is ready. Get that building, and then we have some other stuff to be doing, but for now we can just bask in the glory of our last test flight, I think. Or our last first crewed test flight. Mission Mercury. Be training Harold on that. The rocket's going to finish before he's ready, which is fine. Because we can start getting ready for our next lunar impactor then. So we can get that building in the meantime. This is big for the program. This is a big day. Okay, let's grab our moon guy, and we're just going to send another impactor up. It's going to take 30 days to build. And have that on the queue. And then we need to start looking at our spaceflight science stuff, which is all good. Okay, let's finish training as well. Need digital comms as soon as we get them. 42 days on that. It's worth getting because we're gonna have to upgrade the guy as well. So, all right, new gleb has been rolled out. Let's go to daytime. let's grab our collect basic crew science, and we'll probably do one of these as well. Because we could use the confidence and the rep, and there's really no reason not to do that, because we're going to be finishing this program like way ahead of schedule. Well, not that ahead of schedule. We'll see. Okay, anyway, we have the contract. We can do visual tracking and earth photography, which is fine. Stay in orbit for 1 day, which we can do. No, we can't. Yeah, no, we can't. We're going to have to change that. We're going to have to add some batteries. Glad we checked that. That would have really sucked if would have been an issue. Yeah, that's a good point. I do like the new user as well. Oh, this could be actually really bad. Let me check this. Yeah, we only have 15 hours of electric charge on here. And we're kind of tight on our yeah, I did not think about this enough, clearly. Shoot. Can I add more? Do we have like extra space here? How much is in it right now? Okay. I go to like 350. See if it'll let us do that. Oh, it does not. That broke everything. Can I undo that? Cannot undo that. Okay, well I could just open up. Oh, but now we've added. Okay, cancel edits. Huh. How do we fix this while being able to stay in orbit and not missing out on delta V that we need? I don't know the answer. I mean, we could just add a service module tank, I guess, and just give it some batteries, but that kind of blows. So, I mean, what we could do... Well... Yeah, I really don't know what to do here. We can also do this. We need this anyway. So that's just better. Also tool that. But how do we do this? What's the best way to just add some electricity to this thing so it can last in orbit for a day? Maybe we do just add a little service module tank. I really don't like doing it this way. It's going to raise our mass by a shit ton. But if we add... How much is the max it can have? That's 630,000? That's just 63,000. That's not even that much. Though that does give us the duration we need. See, we can make it even smaller. Does that put our mass up to 1.3? What's our controllable? 6. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Just do it that way. But the only thing I'm worried about is that we're going to be low on delta V here. We definitely are going to want to simulate this before we this out. Just out of curiosity, if we make this an aluminum stringer tank, what does that do for our delta V? It makes it a lot better. It makes it so we'll definitely have enough, and it's not that expensive to tool. But we don't have the propellant in the GSC? Really? Oh. We have to make this, like, just a tiny bit smaller. We still don't have the propellant? How? I don't believe you. Can make it a little bit smaller. Oh, no, that worked. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do it that way. I think that will be okay. I do want to check something quick though with it. I want to make sure that that didn't mess up our controllable mass. It's 150 and we gave it 155, so that's fine. Okay, we're good. Let me just verify quickly. Yeah, we have a day and 9 hours now. And our delta V is more than it was before. So that's all good. Okay, we're fine. That was a little scary. That would have been a unfortunate issue to have. For sure. Alright, we can finish that. Oh, we accidentally finished the wrong rocket. Oops. Well, whatever. We have our guy trained. We can roll this out. Glad we checked that, because that would have been not fun. Why did that just send me straight to the launch screen? Did I send out the wrong one? Might have rolled out the wrong rocket. I'm going to bet you I did roll out the wrong rocket. Yes, I did. Okay. Heh, oops. We're just doing a lot of misclicking today, I guess. Big misclicking today. Yeah, we're going to roll you out. And we're just wasting time here. Yeah. Harold Morgan, our newest astronaut to join the Corps. Okay. Zeitgeist's same orbit, right? Yep, exact same orbit. And I need to adjust that, it looks like. Oh, my staging got messed up. Oops. Yeah. Move that up. Really shut off stage is going to be 3. Shut off stage is going to be 2. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good to go. Send a new man into space. We did have the updated science, right? Yep. Okay, all good. Alright, well, that is a disaster averted. Oh, we had a performance loss, which we can just shut down that engine. That's fine. I think it's still better to do that. Oh, we had a second engine failure. I think we're still fine. Yeah, I think as long as we don't lose one more, I think we're fine. That's pretty unlucky, man. These are maxed out flight data engines. Huh. Well, we're gonna be okay. Maybe you were right, Neo. Maybe test flight is hungry. 'Cause that was pretty bad. For maxed out flight data engines to have 2 failures like that, that's pretty unfortunate. A third failure on another maxed out flight data engine. Okay. Well, we are gonna have a mission abort here. Patrick might die. There's a real chance that Patrick does not survive this. So let's pray for Patrick here. Because this is going to be a very ballistic reentry. That I am not super confident that Patrick will survive. We need to turn down the thrust limiter. It's like hell. Okay. Alright, everybody. Ugly engines. Thank you. First of all, this is Harold, okay, Mr. Host. But, yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Those were all maxed out flight data engines, and they all suffered failures. That's pretty unbelievably unfortunate, but okay. Let's see if Harold survives. He might not. I gotta be honest. There's 3 parts to it. Also, pods try the Soviet boss code. I think I did add it, yeah. Okay, Harold's definitely gonna pass out here. Because we're already hitting 15 Gs. Oh, something happened. Give me a second. Okay, Harold has lost consciousness. Hey, 104th bullet is not following. Oh, welcome from YouTube. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Okay. We seem to have survived. Harold needs to come back to consciousness soon, though, or else this is going to be very nasty. Let's get the drogue chute out. Okay, Harold is back. We're fine. Bit of an L there. Yeah, what up, dude? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. You caught us at an unfortunate time in the program. To be fair, everything's been going very well today, so maybe we were due for that. Yeah, got the drogue. Harold will live. That's the important part. Yeah, let's bring him home and let's get started on that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. We're gonna have to build another one of those. Let's quickly check. Yeah, he's in retirement, but we can train you. Then we can queue up another one of the rockets, and we can, yeah, the moon impactor while we're waiting. So that's all right. Oh, recondition that pad. Oh. What? What do you mean size limits are exceeded? It's the same rocket that we just had on the pad, man. How's that possible? Oh, it appears to have glitched into the floor. Okay. Let's make it not do that. Will it allow that? Okay, it allows that. Sure. Oh, I should have built a new rocket while I was in there. Oops. Okay, we can roll him out. And at the same time, we can build the new, we can build another one of our crewed vehicles. Aw, man. Reload from save works good to reset size limits. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. I don't know why I did that. It's kind of weird. New gleb. We have the money. Let's make sure we have the right science on here. We do. Is this not the updated version, though? This is not the updated version. Let's fix that quickly. And then we need to make this slightly smaller, I think we decided. Slightly smaller. Why is this not good? Oh, it is good. Okay. Fine. 7 viewers? Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Hello everybody. We're getting very close to 800 followers too. That is very exciting. Okay. You will be done in 2 days, so we can get the other impactor contract done. Yeah, it's gonna set us back a little bit. When is this done? 22 days. Okay, we'll probably have to look at that in a second. That's okay. Oh yeah. We're vibing the day. Okay, let's... This is the exact same as our last moon mission. But it's going to be profitable. And we love profits. And it's mostly just something to do in the meantime, so nothing wrong with that. We should update all of these to be the new block of this rocket where we have these both as stringer tanks. Because we get a pretty good Delta V increase from that. So I should try and remember to do that if I can. Oh, another engine failure. Seriously. Man, things were going too well today, I guess. Well, as long as this one doesn't fail. Okay, good ignition on that one. So, not the end of the world. We've had like, yeah, these last two launches. I don't understand how those engines are failing as often as they are. I mean, we're maxed out flight data on this entire vehicle. There may be new configurations of those first stage engines that we might want to consider as well. Because I'd bet you there's more reliable options. But who knows? I think we've already done all this stuff, but we might as well have it running while we're on our way to the moon. Okay. And burn out. And create the node. Oh, it's in 44 seconds. We need to go now then. Wow, we accidentally launched at the perfect time. Where are you going, the moon? Yeah, we're going to the moon. Got that right, Plasma. How we doing? Say hello to Mr. 104th Bullet. We got a new viewer in the chat. It's very exciting. 104th, if you're interested, by the way, we do have a Discord. We send pictures of rockets and stuff. So if you're interested, it's linked on the Twitch channel page. I need to make a like a Discord command. I don't think I have a chat bot in here right now. So I need to do that. Look at that. We got fish people in chat. You guys are made for each other. The amount of times I've seen that fucking Subnautica fish emote. Alright, let's check our TLI. We need to change it just a little bit. So we need to change it the other direction. So let's get that done. Oh, I accidentally did it. Okay, cool. I accidentally killed family of 100 fish in the first... Yeah, I'm sure that was an accident. Sure it was, Plasma. Totally believe you. Okay. Let's get into the sunlight so we can orient ourselves. Trying to use as little RCS for this as possible. Other way. And then are we still on an impact? We are. Well, let's check that out of time warp because that changes it for some reason. Okay, let's give it a little spin. Turn that off. And disable the avionics. And let's send her in. Other stuff building at the KSC while we're waiting. So, that. We got in the way of your submarine. Well, then they had to die, right? Sounds like they were asking for it, if you ask me. Okay. Good impact trajectory. Hopefully we get fast enough. I'm always terrified we're going to like miss the speed requirements, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, that was fun. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be really close on these speed requirements, actually. Oh my gosh, we're going to be close. But we are going to make it. Wow, okay. The moon is very bright. I don't know why the moon is so bright. Like blinding me. Like fucking flashbang. And impact. Contract complete. Who's that 1 second during time warp that feels like I'm going to impact the target? Oh yeah, 100%. So I always think I'm going to have a tragic time warp accident where I accidentally full send it into the fucking moon. Okay, another contract complete. We're still a little bit behind on our rep, but we're not in a bad spot at all. So, not too worried about that. We have digital comms, which means we need to get that upgrading. We're going to have to turn down the work rate on that a little bit, it looks like. Actually, quite a bit. 21 days till that's done, which means we need to start building another rocket. We don't actually have the money, though. Okay, just wait here a minute. His training will be done in 22 days, so let's stop building that for him. so we can get the funds to build our rocket for that, because we'd like to get our feeling when you accidentally time warp into your rendezvous target. Yeah, seriously. Let's get our radiometry satellite done, and then we can also do this one soon. So, cool. I'll have this building in the background. We can just use the science gleb for the science craft for this one. This one's actually overbuilt for this mission, but it's fine. We do want to replace our solar panels because now we have the level ones. Do the same sort of layout with them though. Okay, same thing. Random reaction control, we just need to switch the science. So we can set this to comms level 2. We just need to add the infrared radiometer, just like that. I don't think there's anything else to do with this. So, I think we just have to build this thing. Oh, it's expensive. It's because, oh no, we're all tooled. A bit longer. Okay, well, we shall wait. If wait we must, wait we shall. Type shit. Okay. Let's try and see. Okay, I think it was like there. It'll be done in 10 days and we can do our Mercury one. And we're up too much while returning home after the most stressful trip to another planet of your life. Yeah, I agree with both of you. Okay, let's get this guy building. Yeah, seriously, Saturn. I mean, we did that earlier. You missed it, Plasma, but we accidentally threw a Mercury capsule into the ground at like Mach Jesus, and it somehow survived. That was kind of cool. Just gonna do it this way. Gonna keep clicking until it is rolled out. Okay, we're done training for that mission in 5 days. We can get the tracking center going again at a reasonable pace like that. Okay, so hopefully this will be the last thing we need to do for our first crewed orbit. This is the one we're kind of worried about. We need that one to get done, which we are working on, but there's certainly a chance that we are going to not get that done in time, which isn't like the end of the world, but it would kind of suck. Alright, same thing. We needed to fix this, I remember that. Cut off on stage 3. Okay. Let's send it. We'd really like this one to not fail this time. That would be kind of cool. Once we get into orbit here, I'm going to have to take a small little break. But I will be back. Just going to go grab a sip of water. I need a break screen. Oh yeah, Timothy's going to pass out, but that's fine. He'll be okay. Okay, while this is going, I will be right back, everybody. Back. I got myself a water. I guess I should have just left this up. I don't know why I turned that off. Whatever. We'll be aight. Are we overburning this engine yet? I don't think we are. This engine is such a little beast, dude. Such a nasty beast. Alright, we are almost done with our burn. With an extra 500 meters per second, I might add. I guess starting... Hey, who says that was AI? I made that myself. No, it was AI. It was AI. I hate to admit it. How are we doing on EC? We are fine. Okay. We just have to stay up here for a day. Okay. And we have collected all the science. Let's do a daytime reentry this time if we can. Wait till we get signal. No, no. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'll eat your bones. Why are you always trying to eat my bones and shit? Oh yeah, it does still consider you a new member, Saturn. That's kind of funny. I'm just looking at that now. It's kind of funny. Alright, let's finish our deorbit here. On. So these can orient by themselves. Okay, we wanted like 55, which 55 we have gotten. So we would couple. And Timothy, come home. Harold never got it. Harold never even got into orbit. Poor Harold. What a sad little man Harold is. Punishing youth, Evelander. Is Gleb still among the living? Gleb retired. Yep, Gleb happily retired. Don't look at the clips or anything on the channel. Gleb is with us in spirit. We have Timothy and Harold now. Is Gleb alive? Gleb is alive, I'm telling you. Saturn, Gleb's alive, right? Gleb did not have any accidents. There's no clips on my channel. I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. Alright, Timothy, let's bring her on home. How much are we using HTP? Barely using it at all, so we can actually leave orientation. Close out of this. Pretty Firefly mod. Great suggestion, Plasma. That was a fantastic idea. It is truly wonderful to look at. Yeah. Timothy didn't even pass out this time. Isn't that awesome? Get the drogue out there. Okay. That could have gone badly, but it didn't, so we're fine. Alright. Main chute's coming out. It's gonna take over. Main chute's coming out. It's gonna take over from the drogue. Just like that. And Timothy has successfully completed his orbit. I think I did that. I did that, right? Entry. It's under graphics, right? Where is it even? Am I missing it? Oh yeah, it did. It did go to 0. You're right. That's so frustrating. It goes to 0 every single time? Oh my gosh, okay. I need to make a channel point. It's like 50 channel points to remind me to turn that up. Aw, oh, man, we were missing out on that then. That sucks. Come on. Bouncy. Very bouncy. They always are, though. They're always a pain in the ass to recover as well. Okay, that is program complete, everybody. That is crude orbit done. Gives us 800 rep. Oh my goodness. We can take advanced crude orbit right away. Normal speed, that's fine. It's going to give us a lot more money. This is what we need to focus on. I think we'll probably do this launch, and I think that's probably where we will cut it off today. So, wow, that's crazy. Even while building that and while building the tracking center. 125 sites too, by the way. Let's grab advanced capsules, second gen capsules, and then let's also grab, we'd like to be able to grab that, but we can't yet. We can grab early power gen, that's actually pretty important. I don't think there's anything else we need to grab at the moment. So, let's just warp through here. Then let's just get this thing up, and then we will, we'll probably end for today. Give me your part mods. Make a list in the Discord. Okay. I think you can export it using CCAN, right? I think so. That is probably what I will do. Okay, so we're doing very good on rep. We are at our maximum subsidy, which is amazing. Turn this up as well while we are waiting. And we're also auto-hiring researchers, which will be done shortly. Cool. Alright, this will be the last launch of today's stream. Thank you all for being here. So let's get her done. So what is the orbit we need here? Like 750 by 750. And we will set it to being at 90 degrees if we can do it. Let's make sure we can do it. We can. Staging is correct. So let's send it. Oh yeah, look, the aerodynamic effects already look cooler. You're like getting some vapor and stuff going through the atmosphere. Yeah, that kind of sucks that I messed that up, but whatever. Super high up orbit here, polar satellite. Wish we had some better comms to put on this thing. Would be cool if we could use this as a relay satellite as well, but whatever. Let's get that running. There might be some other stuff for us to run as well, so I'll just run whatever science is on board and get it done when we get it done. I don't think there's going to be a lot. Who knows. Super high up orbit. Yeah, I might get chatter. I feel like it's kind of annoying for a stream. That's up to you guys. I like it, but I don't know if it's, I feel like it's sort of annoying. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. Okay, maybe we will do that then. Oh, we have 1,000 extra meters per second on this thing. It's pretty damn good. We're gonna manually, well, that might mess up the autopilot. We won't do that. Chatter's immersive, I like it. Okay. We'll probably add it then. I like chatter. I always used to play with that on. Okay, and we have good ignition on our top stage. So yeah, we'll need to try and get all this done as soon as possible, but might be worth it to launch another one of these at some point, but I don't know. Do I want to let this circularize? No, I don't really care. Okay, where's the sun? Let's get pointed towards it. Yep, and let's start the spin. Okay, we can disable that and turn off. And we can now disable our controlled avionics, which means our power will be perpetual. Okay, we're transmitting science. Nothing else to do here. Just has to stay in orbit for a week to get that part done. What the hell, Plasma? Why would you eat the sun? That's the sun we're talking about here. Come on, dude. Okay. That is a good launch. And like I said, I think that's probably where we will leave it for today. How far are we from getting the better config? Pretty far. But we do want that. So, I think that is where we will cut it for today. Thank you all for being here. We will be back tomorrow. So, have a good one, everybody.